The OnePlus 12, the complete package. Now, of course, there's always going to be some people out there that's not going to agree. Some people just love their S23 or S24 Ultra or whatever Samsung device they have. Some's going to love their Pixel, their iPhone, whatever phone it is. That's fine. If you don't like this phone, if you don't think this phone is all that, that is fine. For me, the OnePlus 12 is the complete package. You start out with the price. Now, I'm not going to get into the specifics of the price because I've done that in my previous video concerning this device, but this device is so, inexpensive compared to that of the Samsung S24 Ultra, which is $1,300 plus tax, unless you got a trade in and you get a decent amount of money off of that. But if you're getting that through a carrier, which is what most people do, you're going to pay through the nose for that device. You don't have to do that with the OnePlus 12 because it already starts out $500 less, in some cases even more than that, than the S24 Ultra. So the flagship killer is back. There's no doubt about it. Now, I haven't been able to say that about OnePlus in years. But with this, the flagship killer has returned. The complete package, okay? So you're getting great value with this phone because this is most certainly and most definitely a flagship device. Okay? So you're getting real value, all right? No doubt about it. When it comes to presentation, you're getting a nice red box, beautiful box, and you're getting a 100-watt charger if you get the Chinese variant. That's what I have here. Okay, no Chinese bloatware on here, but I have the Chinese variant, so I'm getting that 100-watt charger. Now, if you're getting this in the United States, then you're going to get 80 watts, which is still great. But this is 100-watt charger, and you're getting the case. Now, in the States also, you don't get a case. But if you get it, the Chinese variant, you do get a case. So 100-watt charger and you get a case. I love that. Presentation is always on point with OnePlus devices. The only thing I wish they would do is put some headphones in the box. That would be nice, but not a big deal. The next, which is one of my favorite, is I just love this design. I know everybody don't like this design, and that's fine. We're all different. You don't have to like what I like. I don't have to like what you like, but I love this design. I just absolutely love it. I really do. It's just so different and unique. I just love the way it feels. I just love this white color with the silver and how, these cameras are situated on the back of this phone. I love this design. And of course, it has a great build. The build is the build screams premiumness. Okay, if that's a word, premiumness. It screams premium. Okay. Oh, I just love the way it feels in my hand. It's so comfortable. It's nice and rounded off in the corners, so it's not stabbing me in the palm of my hand like my S23 Ultra does, because it does. It stabs me in my palm if I use it without a case. Now, if I'm using a case, and it's not an issue, but this is extremely comfortable without a case for me. Now, I know everybody don't like curved displays. I keep seeing these content creators come on here complaining about curved displays, and that's fine. But there are people out there that still do like the curved display. The curved display don't bother me at all. It was never a major issue for me. I think the only device that it was kind of a problem for me, it would be the Note, or you could say the S20, the S20 series, because of the S Pen. But that was it. Other than that, I didn't have an issue. Now, some phones were really way too much curved, but this one is not super curved. Like the 8 Pro, the OnePlus 8 Pro, that was way too much curved. I didn't even like the curvature on that. It was just too much. It was too drastic. But this one not drastic at all. So I don't get any accidental touches, even though I don't use it without a case, unless I'm home, sitting in my room. I got carpet on my floor, no big deal. But if I'm out and about, I'm always using the case. So having a curved display is not a big deal for me. It's just not. But I know I'm not speaking for everybody out there, okay? Next thing that makes this such a great, complete package is the great biometrics. Like, oh man, the face unlock on here is so good. I mean, literally, I never hardly ever get a chance to use the fingerprint sensor because as soon as I raise this thing up anywhere near my face, see, it just popped up. Now I'm behind the camera. I'm behind the camera with a microphone and the camera up in my face. And this thing is still seeing my face. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to how good this face unlock is compared to Samsung. It's like night and day. Okay, the fingerprint sensor is on point. I don't care if it's not ultrasonic, it's secure. Okay, when I can use it with my banking app and with all these other apps that I need security, it works just fine and it works fast, no problems, haptic feedback, different animations. I have no issue with this fingerprint sensor whatsoever. I actually like it better than Samsung's. And Samsung's, like I said, it's cool, but to me, this one is better. Some people gonna say, well, because Samsung, this one takes a picture of your fingerprint as opposed to Samsung, where looks at the grooves of your. I don't care about all that. I could care less. The thing works excellent. Is not a problem. It works 99.9% of the time. The face unlock works 99.999% of the time. Both better than Samsung, in my opinion, and I'm happy with it. That's just me. I'm speaking for myself. Great display, 6.8 2-inch, just beautiful LTPO AMOLED display, Quad HD, 120 hertz, 510 pixel density, Dolby Vision. This display is beautiful. No doubt about it. 1600 nits sustained brightness, 4500 nits peak brightness. Not going to have any issues seeing this display. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the best things I love about this device. It's like, for me, it's like the design, the build, the display. It's just so many things about this phone that I just absolutely love. And I can't say that about a lot of phones. I mean, pretty much just all the main things that really matter to me, I love about this phone. Okay, next thing, the great dual stereo speakers. You get that nice stereo sound, nice bass. Sounds awesome. I love it. I love the way these stereo speakers sound. Now, prior to this device, when I had the OnePlus 8 Pro, I like the speakers on that phone as well, but these blow those speakers out of the water. I mean, it just do. These speakers are really, really good. I really enjoy them. Oh, the next thing, the performance. Man, you talking about great performance? This thing is just so responsive. The animations are just so silky, smooth. I mean, everything just, as soon as I touch it, it responds. It's like there's no delays, no nothing. Just everything pops open super fast and super quick. I just love the performance of this device. This is one of by far the best performing devices that I have. Vivo is right there with them. Also, my Mi 11 Ultra right there with them. It's just so smooth, so silky, buttery smooth. I just love the performance, and this phone is fast to boot. Okay, no overheating issues, none of that. Next, and I like this a lot too. Some people are going to say other phones are better, and if you say that, that's fine. That's your opinion. I love these cameras. Okay. Now, when I first did my first full review on here, I kept saying these cameras are very, very good. No, in my opinion, honestly, I don't even know why I said that, because when I went back and looked at the photos that I took, with this device and did my full review, I'm like, what am I talking about? These photos are great. nice depth of feel, just beautiful, crisp, sharp. I mean, just, I'm not saying it's the best camera that I have. I'm not saying that, but I love these cameras. Okay. To me, my S23 Ultra still is a little bit better, especially when you zoom in. It doesn't lose, it doesn't lose anything as far as quality. You don't lose any quality when you zoom in. This, sometimes when you zoom in, you can lose a little bit of quality. So I'm not saying these are the best cameras that I have. No. Vivo X Note is better. Samsung S23 is better. My Mi 11 Ultra is actually a little bit better. So I do have other devices that are better, but in my opinion, these are great and I love them. Okay. Now the video could be just a slightly bit more stable, but I'm sure they can actually make that a little bit better with a software update. If not a big deal to me, but I really do like these cameras. I really do. All right. Great battery charging speeds, 100-watt charging. I'm telling y'all, when you get a phone, if you've never had a phone that charged this fast, you be like, why did I wait so long to get a phone that charged this fast? Because when you can just get up in the morning, plug your phone in, and it's fully charged in 28 minutes, literally 28 minutes. You can be like, why didn't I get a phone that charges fast years ago? And the thing about it that's crazy is that Samsung $1,300 phone ain't nowhere near as fast as this. Not even close. $1,300, and with this you're paying $500 to $600 less. And that's supposed to be the big dog, the Ultra. There ain't nothing ultra about 45-watt charging speeds. I'm sorry. It's just not. Okay. 50-watt wireless charging. Now, here's OnePlus proprietary Voot. I think it said Air Voot charging, wireless charging. Now, I just love when you could just sit your phone on top of the stand and you good to go. Okay. And then when you're ready, you just take it off. There's no, plugging something in down here. No, you just sit up in there and go. From 44 minutes fully charged. 44 minutes. So the wired and the wireless charging is faster than the Samsung S23 Ultra, which is a $1,300 phone. So I can charge this faster wirelessly than Samsung charges wired. And of course, we don't even really have to discuss wired, do we? I mean, 100 to 45. I mean, seriously. Then when you get the power share, which is reverse wireless charging, 10 watts as opposed to Samsung's 4.5. All that stuff matters to me because the reason why I'm saying that, because you're getting value for your money. The fact that Samsung has not improved in their charging speeds after all these years is quite pathetic. And I don't like it. I really don't like it. Now, some of you out there don't care. I care. I speak for myself. I want value for my money. Every single year, I want some improvements, especially battery charging speeds. Because I remember with the S20 Ultra, it was 45 and I was happy. I'm like, okay, so they finally went from, what was it? Prior to that, I think it was 25. Yeah, it was 25. They finally went to 45. I'm like, okay, that's good. So they're going in the right direction. Then with the next iteration, the very next year, they dropped back down to 25. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what? Like I said, they take one step forward and two steps back. This is just what they do. I just don't get it. And in the last 3 years, no improvements with the wired charging. The wireless charging hasn't been improved ever since they started doing wireless charging. And the reverse wireless charging is just pathetic. It's just a joke. So look, it is what it is. But on here, you're going to get great battery charging speeds. On top of that, you're going to get great battery life. 5,400 milliamp hour battery. I'm getting 2 days with moderate to heavy usage. You know what it seems like? It seems like when I'm using this heavy, right? It seems like the phone works even harder not to use the battery. I mean, when I'm just going heavy, it seemed like this phone works even harder not to use any battery. And forget about the standby time. It's ridiculous. I mean, seriously, I charge this up in the morning. I go to work. I do what I need to do. I might work for I say about 4 or 5 hours. I'm getting ready to get in my car because I get a little break. This thing is still at 100% after 5 hours. Now I didn't use it a lot, but still the standby time is ridiculous. So basically, if you do not use this phone, you're not using battery. It doesn't use battery if you don't use it. That's incredible. That's incredible. One time I went over 9 hours, didn't use this phone, and I still had 100%. Samsung would only hope to be able to do something like that. And they haven't. They've never been able to do that. I don't think there's any other phone in the market that can give you the kind of battery life this thing is giving you. I mean, I don't know for sure, but the battery life on this thing is incredible. I'm getting 2 full days. When this thing gets down to 15%, I don't even sweat it. There's no panic. There's no, oh my God, I got to find a charger. There's no anxiety at all. If you're the type of person that has a history of always having battery anxiety with your phone, you will get zero battery anxiety with this device. Zero. Because there is none. Even when it gets low, you ain't got to sweat it. Trust me. You don't have to sweat it. Also, great software support. 4 years. Now, I know, of course, Google and Samsung, 7 years. Listen, I don't know if most people actually hold their phone that long, 7 years. I could see maybe 4 or 5 because, and you know, I could kind of understand it to some degree why people holding their phones a little longer is because these phones are so expensive. So if you know you're going to get a phone and you're going to get that long of support, you're going to be happy with it. Now, software support is not a big deal for me. It's never been a big deal for me, but I'm only speaking for me. Okay. I got other phones that have no software support and they run just fine. I'm having no problems. Security updates, not a big deal for me. I only use secure sites. My phones have never been hacked ever. So that's not an issue for me. Now, some people, I just got to have my software updates. I just got to have my security updates. And that's okay. Okay. That's fine. But for me, it don't matter. Okay. And for other people out there, that's not the most important thing either. But 4 years of software support, 5 years security. So you're going to be good for quite a while here. Next, the IR blaster. I love that. Universal remote control. And it's not just about TVs, which I've said before. You can control so many different things with the IR blaster. I love that. That's great value. And then you have that alert slider on the side, which can go from, ringing to vibrate to silent. I love that. That's a nice feature. Now, my phones usually stay on vibrate all the time because, I don't want to hear my phone going off all the time. So I just keep it on vibrate, but that's a nice thing to have. Expandable RAM. Now, I love it. You could expand the RAM in here up to 12 gigs. So right now I'm using like 28 gigs of RAM. It's crazy. Everything stays open. Seriously, I love that. I love that virtual RAM. I love it. Now you got to make sure you have, enough storage on here to be able to do it, which this is the 512 gig variant. So that's not an issue, but I love the fact that you could expand the RAM that much. Now this is a 16 gig variant. So 16 plus 12, I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. And the only thing that this doesn't have is IP68 water and dust resistance. Now it does have the Aqua Touch, where if you get, the whole screen just gets wet up, it'll still work like it normally works. As opposed to a lot of devices, the screen gets wet and the screen start acting crazy. Not with this device. It's splash proof at IP65, but also the Aqua Touch. Okay. This phone has never gotten hot on me since I've had it. It just gets slightly warm when it's being charged, but literally just getting hot on me. No, it has not happened. This is the complete package. I'm telling y'all, listen, if you're somebody out there that's curious about Android and you was thinking about getting an Android device and you're trying to save money, you're not trying to pay over $1,000 for a device, This is the device you may want to consider. I'm serious. You're not going to go wrong with this device. Now, if you're looking for something that has the best cameras or considered the best cameras in the market, maybe this device is not for you. Now, for me, this camera is just fine. I don't have any problems with these cameras. But if you're somebody heavily into the cameras like that, heavily into the cameras, you may want to consider a Pixel. You may want to consider iPhone. You may want to consider a Samsung. Now, there's other phones besides those companies that have great cameras. Okay, there's other ones, but in this country, the stuff that's offered to us through a carrier is limited. So if you want to get something outside of this country that you're interested in, then you just got to pay for it outright. But it'll be worth it. We're limited to certain phones that we can get in this country through a carrier, which is unfortunate. But I don't have that issue. When I'm ready to get a phone, I just go and buy it outright. I'm just thankful and blessed to be able to do that. Just by working, like I don't get phones sent to me. No phone is given to me. My channel is still relatively small, but I do thank each and every one of you that out there that actually supports my channel, and it is growing pretty quickly. But once again, the OnePlus 12 is the complete package. If you want great battery life, if you want great build quality, great cameras, great performance, okay, great speakers, great biometrics, great build quality, okay, super fast charging speeds with the battery, okay, even great audio, which I failed to mention, great audio through the USB Type-C port. You got your IR blaster, your alert slider, great design, great value, great presentation. If you want a device that's going to give you everything, this is that device, the OnePlus 12. This is the complete package. This has become, it's very close to being my favorite device. It's a big time battle still between this and a Vivo X Note. But man, I'm in love with this phone. I'm saying I loved it. I just love looking at this phone because I love the design so much, and I love looking at this display, and I love the speakers and the performance. Listen, if you're looking for an Android phone, I'm telling you, give this phone a try. I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. Now, some of you may be disappointed because everybody has their own thing. Everybody feels the way they feel about a device. But for the most part, you're not going to go wrong if you decide to purchase this device. I think you'll be very, very happy. So once again, the OnePlus 12 is the complete package. Trust me when I tell you. If you want to see, all the photos and videos I took with this, check out my full review on this device. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.